What's up? We're here today to talk about some WWE 2K news, and there's a whole bunch of them actually. I think we can start with this one right here. Post Malone. A couple of screenshots for him have been released. A tiny bit of gameplay. Also, we saw that, but I mean, let's just go ahead and look at his model real quick here. This guy is like Aleister Black, you know what I mean? Just give him longer hair, and there you go. You can have AEW's Malachi Black. I think he actually has longer hair, like a mullet. But I like the look, the attire, the quality of the model in general, the beard. It's pretty cool. Here's another screenshot also. I'm back. Hello. We get to see Post Malone from a similar angle again. Again, the tattoos are quite impressive. Jobber and should have been Metaphor instead of him. Had never heard of him before, and the music he picked for the game is garbage. Wow. Alright, Pete. I don't know how you never heard of Post Malone, and in the same vein, I've never heard of Metaphor ever in my life. This is the first time I'm actually like reading that artist's name. Thanks to you, Pete, so appreciate that. Let's check out who Metaphor is. I actually have no idea what's this. Were those like bots basically advertising this guy? Might be. So now I praise the DLC a whole lot, but there's something that I cannot praise right here. It says 5 seconds, but it's like 2 seconds of this thing repeating and making us dizzy all the time. If you've played WWE 2K24, especially as Mr. Machine Gun Kelly, I believe this was either his finisher or his signature. It would take you up to the basically Celtic cross position, spin you around 360, drop you down into a power bomb. This looks like the exact same animation. And it's also a bad case of marketing from WWE 2K, because they're saying, who's excited for Post Malone and Friends pack? First of all, this pack, we're gonna get to who else is in this. Don't worry about it. And when it's gonna come out, we're gonna talk about that real quick as well. But man, like, if you are gonna ask us if we're excited or not, show us something brand new, a brand new move, brand new taunt, brand new entrance motion, anything, right? Bro, okay, who the hell is this Metaphor guy? Somebody let me know down in the comments. Like, he's saying, no Metaphor, but thank God we got somebody that's never wrestled. Okay, like, now me personally, by the way, I like Post Malone. I don't particularly hate him. I think he's a wrestling fan, so he's okay in my book. Back in the day when they had Limp Bizkit in the game, like, I didn't mind either, just so they could get the Undertaker's theme. I think that was like the deal. He said, if you want to use the Undertaker's theme, keep rolling, you gotta put me in the game. I can't hate that, you know? Let's go ahead and check out the entrance of... There he is, man. Down in Louisiana, down in New Orleans. I don't know if you can hear it. I don't know how good the audio is right now, but... This was Jimmy Hart, right? I'm not too good on the old school stuff. I'll just call him the manager. He sounds like Mickey Mouse. Yeah, I mean, like, I remember his promos a little bit, just watching from YouTube. He did have a low or a high-pitched voice. Not that high-pitched, not like straight-up Mickey Mouse from Disney, bro. But Honky Tonk Man looks good. The entrance is good, everything is good, the graphics are good. I have no problem with the Honky Tonk Man. In fact, everything looks great. Again, it's just the voice of the manager. The Mount of the South, right? God, I feel horrible for not remembering his name right now. Okay, it was Jimmy Hart. Thank God. And shout out to my man. He was born in 1944, just before the World War II ended. 80 years. That's actually kind of crazy. But okay, we saw Post Malone. We saw an entrance. Now let's look at the entire pack. And there you go. This is the problem. Post Malone by himself is not the problem. Jimmy Hart sounding like Mickey Mouse by himself is not the problem. When we look at the whole picture of this DLC pack that is gonna come out in June 26th, we have a problem. I mean, I don't hate the headbangers, but they're not like DLC material where I'm like, oh my god, I'm so excited to get these guys in the game. I'm gonna play with them all the time, pause. So I wanna pay extra, you know, $5, whatever, $20. Doesn't matter the price really. Extra money to get these guys. You know, none of these really fit that bill. This is sad, right? This is quite bad. This is, yeah, quite bad. I think explains it very well. However, ladies and gentlemen, I think all of you know, and if you don't, well, you're about to remember that things can always get get like this. I couldn't speak, but there was a reason why I couldn't speak. Here it is, the next DLC pack. After that, June 26th, 1 month we're gonna wait to get this. At July. the Pat McAfee pack. So no matter how much you dislike this one right here, the next one we're getting, it's somehow even worse. The only good thing from this pack is Pat McAfee. I mean, most people like Pat McAfee. The more I seem to watch him, the less I like him because he overdoes everything. But that's neither here or there. That's one positive thing. I still want to go ahead and see how he looks like in the game and how he plays like. It's cool to have him there. The only other positive thing I can find here is this AJ Hawkeye, Boston Connor, and Darius Butler and Ty Schmidt. I'm hoping they give him the Machine Gun Kelly treatment and they will all have like some stupid moves, unique moves, maybe some super generic taunts that look cool so that, you know, next time you're creating a wrestler, these stunts are so generic that, hey, there's a couple of, 5, 10 new taunts, 10, 20 new moves that you can give to your wrestler because you can't give, your wrestler the RKO as the finisher. That's obviously Randy Orton's move. But like, if Boston Connor for some reason gets a great finishing move, you can go ahead and use it for your wrestler this year, next year. So that's really the only two positives I can give you. Before we get out of here, just a couple more things. West's status is continuing to do God's work. Here is basically all of the Wyatt 6, including Bray Wyatt himself. I think they look pretty darn legit. In fact, I really like the way Uncle Howdy is looking right there. And look at this one right here. Like, this looks basically like a mod, but it isn't. They just are this good with, community creations. That face texture, that looks, oh my god, spot on. Here's another interesting thing. Randy Orton 09. We had him in the last game, actually. I believe you could unlock him through Showcase? Yeah. But now this year, if you want to unlock him as a Persona card, well, first of all, you got to give $500 because those things are still going on, by the way. Speaking of WWE 2K news, yeah, you have to like give $150 for a chance to unlock a Persona card, not even to get the it's crazy, man. And like, I made many videos on it. You already know the deal. But yeah, if you like Randy Orton and if you don't like your wallet, Randy Orton 09 is coming out. Getting back to the Wyatt 6 though, if you wanted to create them, make them into a faction, there you go. This is the way you can do it. Harvey gave us a pretty, decent amount of instructions. And this is something that really tickled me. Homelander Cody, I think it's all our dream or our nightmare. Whatever. I want to see this happen for sure. And Big Chris Spirito, or let's just call him, yeah, Big Chris Spirito is right actually, created not only Homelander Cody, but Omni-Man, Robert Roode, it's just super goated. I like this attire in general, even if it's not like, if it wasn't Homelander stuff. But yeah, this is great. If you wanted to turn heel, maybe you're doing like a single superstar universe mode with Cody Rhodes, there you go. This is your attire, this is your ready-made gimmick. And this is so good. This is extremely goated. Speaking of goated, I had to mention this before I get out of here as well. I mean, look at this Impact Arena. No mods, no nothing. You can download this straight out of the community creations. I mean, I'm not a big Impact fan, but this looks so unique. This looks so cool. I mean, he did some color grading to make the picture pop even more. But damn, man, I feel like I gotta download this. Big shouts out to 2K Arenas. This is the way you can find it right here. Remember when we didn't have to pay for, free arena updates in 2K22 and 23 when we got like NXT 2.0 for free? Oh, those were the good days, man. But it's thanks to community creators like 2K Arenas that we're getting some like absolute badass stuff. This should almost, okay, I'm not even gonna say it because it's scary. Knock on wood, this should almost be DLC. This is how good this is. Now the last two things I want to show you are move related. Hang 'em high, shout out to him. I mean, recently we found out that Will Ospreay's hidden blade animation is in the game, and he made this beautiful looking video, Ricochet versus Will Ospreay, which I think we're gonna see this soon enough. At the end of the summer, we might be seeing this in an AEW ring, but it's so sick. And shout down to Hang 'em High. He's like, yeah, check out my Will Ospreay, man. It's so cool, but I'm definitely not telling you how to get him or where to get him. I researched all the websites that I could on PC to find a mod that V is using right here, because I mean, like, he has the even updated hair with the fringes and stuff like that. I couldn't find it. I might make a whole separate video on like how to get the best Will Ospreay without modding and stuff like that. But If you're interested, ladies and gentlemen, there's a whole lot of VidIQ 24 AW GFX and whole sorts of like Titantron mods, so you can get them from Pro Wrestling Mods. I don't tend to mod these WWE 2K games, but this year they just seem really exclusive. Like they're like super gated. It feels like for some reason it feels like there are a lot less mods, and the ones that we do have like are a lot less accessible. Let me know if that's the truth. If you mod the game, I would love to know your opinion. Like, tell me how the situation when it comes to modding is, especially compared to the last few years. But the final thing I want to show you before I get out of here, this just tickled me really fancy. I thought this was for dives and springboards only. WTF, says Harvey. Another great clip from him. Check it out, man. Check it out. Rest in peace to the referee, but look at that. That's old school. That's almost like I'm playing those, you know, GameCube games where you do a suplex. If someone's in the way, they're going down as well. I had no idea that they added this, but I think they should, what do you call it? Turn up the heat. Turn up the heat. So the example I just gave you, in 2K25, if Gunter's staying there and I hit the other guy with a suplex and it hits Gunter as well, the animation, well, the Gunter should take this exact bump right here. Well, that's so cool. That is very cool. Don't limit this feature to the dives and stuff like that. Do more of this. But yeah, that was it. Recently it was my birthday, so if you have any good birthday wishes, let me know. Other than that though, have a good one.